Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the 4-3-2-1 video to review. This team that we ended up getting in the draft is honestly really good for this tactic video because of the way that certain positions move in certain ways, right? So the YouTuber that I did get these tactics from, I will be leaving a link in the description down below, comment section as usual. You guys know me, barely ever do the tactic videos myself because I barely play this game normally, but when I do, the thing is that when I give you guys a tactic video, it has to be a tactic where I feel like I'm flying through the games, right? So when you get a tactic where you're flying through the games, that's when it's worth actually reviewing, because there's so many tactics that I check out where I end up maybe getting wins or maybe losing, but they don't feel convincing in game, right? This 4-3-2-1 is a really good one. I actually really enjoyed using it quite a bit because of the way that the team moved in different areas, right? So the team that I have here, it's kind of nasty to get as a draft squad for how this tactic actually moves in game, right? So yeah, again, I will be leaving a link in the description down below. Comment section, be sure to check out the original video and show your support, okay? So the tactics, guys, defensively is going to be on balance, 42 for width, 72 for depth. The offense is going to be on build-up play, balanced, direct passing for chance creation, 33 for width, 4 for players in the box. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this tactic setup, before I even use it in game, for any FIFA that I play, I already like, right? The direct passing tactic you have to use in this game because it's horrible. Direct passing is literally the only thing that works a little bit, right? Because of the fact that attacking AI moves in certain ways that just doesn't make sense because of the park the bus thing, right? But it's this part right here that back in the day, I used to love using a lot because of the build-up play outside of the 18-yard box while working with players who still make moves inside the 18-yard box too. It's always been a personal preference of mine, right? But obviously there's some people that find certain ways that, you know, they increase the width, they increase the players in the box, and it works out great. So this is the tactic. Instructions in game, I will say that I changed one thing, okay? I changed one thing, and it's the left back. I actually take off the overlap and I keep him on stay back while attacking. So you can have two variations, right? Where you can have a defensive one, right? That has the stay back while attacking, which in my opinion, I would actually start off with, because in this game, the through balls and the counterattacks are crazy, right? Keep one like this and then keep another one that has it like that on the left back, but then everything else can be kept the same, okay? So you can have two different variations of this formation. For me personally, just for how the game goes in general, I liked switching this to stay back while attacking personally. So for me, stay back while attacking for both fullbacks. Your center mid that is more attacking oriented, right, is the player that you put in the right-sided area. Now, I want you guys to understand something, okay? So you can get a midfielder that is good at both attacking and defending, or you can get a midfielder that is strictly an attacker, right? You can get someone like a Salah, a Sadio Mane, like any of those attacking players that have no defensive stats. You can 100% play in that center mid area, because when you don't give instructions to these players, they basically free roam up around the pitch. So having that extra attacking presence is nice, because what happens is that it almost essentially plays like in a way you have a cam always. You always have that guy in the middle in a certain way, right? And it's because of the way the other instructions work too. But in my case, having a player like KDB, who's really good at attacking, right, and offers you defensive capabilities, he can play in either the instruction of the cover center or the balance, doesn't matter, right? Bellingham is also another player that can be good at both attacking and defending. A player that would fit that area really well if you want both attacking and defending is someone like the Trent Alexander-Arnold flashback card. If you still have that, that card will fit that area really nicely. Now, for the sake of the draft, we have someone like Jorginho playing through the middle in the stay back while attacking cover center instruction, but you do want to try your best to get a player like a Patrick Vieira, a Fabinho, like a good medium high work rated card, or a high work rated card that has the same kind of capabilities as a medium high. Now, for me personally, I do think that a medium high would be a little bit better, so that these guys are not necessarily, you know, crazy pushing forward, because Casemiro's card, honestly, that footies card, was so good, and he still is. Like, I still use him at CDM in a high work rate, but if he was a medium high, he would have been significantly better, right? To be able to switch in between the center back area and the center mid position, depending on what I actually need in game, right? But the guy through the middle is stay back while attacking cover center. Honestly, Jorginho was okay. you know, he's okay, but you need those types of players in that area. That Fabinho Showdown card still holds up really well nowadays, honestly. It's still a very good card, even though it didn't get upgraded. If he got upgraded, oh my goodness. De Bruyne, right, is the player on cover center. These guys still attack, right? The only one that doesn't attack is the guy through the middle, but he will play to work rates, right? So that's why I'm saying a medium high is nice, so that you don't have too much players pushing forward. The right forward is on stay central instructions. What I actually did, right, because this works out so perfectly for how this team is formatted, is you can see this absolute specimen over here on the bench. So a player like Lionel Messi playing in that right forward position on stay central is beautiful. The way that this guy performs on the pitch, playing on that instruction, playing in that area, is super nice. I'm telling you guys, it's super worth doing, right? I actually switched the Cole card off to the left striker position, or the left forward position, because it just works significantly better in game. Also because Keane has like really good attacking AI, like I've mentioned pretty much for this entire year, right? But yeah, Messi is the one that played in that right forward position. So the way that it lined up in game, because in drafts making subs is super ideal, is like this, right? Which is fantastic. So with Lionel Messi playing in that right forward position, right, we have someone like Keane in the middle who is on the stay central getting behind. The getting behind instruction in this game, it's important to push the player back and then for them to come back right away. Keane's original card that was in the beginning of the year was a card that I mentioned to people a lot, even in the rant video when it comes to attacking AI, because he moves in certain ways that are super helpful to have. This Keane is also the same way. Don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of strikers that EA have released recently that moves in really good ways in the striker area, but Keane is one of those guys that did that for me too. So if you guys watch the reviews, there's many cards they release near the end of the game where they have like really good attacking AI that people should definitely check out, right? So stay central, getting behind on that. And then the left forward is going to be on stay central, come back and defense. So you can tell that this formation is completely revolved around congesting the middle as much as possible. So this guy over here in the right center mid position being on that like kind of like free roam instruction, which is not actually an instruction game. You can see he's on bounce, not touched. It allows him to move across the pitch and always open himself up in very good areas. Like I said, okay, having someone like KDB in that right center mid area is nice. Someone like Trent, or like I said earlier, any sort of attacking player. It could even be Cristiano Ronaldo, it could be like anything, right? But it just depends on what you notice the most. For me, I like to have a little bit of defense in the midfield, so having a midfielder that can do that for me is sick, but having that option of having an attacking oriented player is also pretty sick too. But I'm very like, my opinion is very strong on keeping the fullback on stay back, because this game people play like a bunch of rats, right? They go for counterattacks constantly, lob passes, through balls all the time. And I was playing a few games with this tactic and I'm like, João Cancelo, one of the best cards in this game, but I have to keep him on stay back. Okay, I have to. Honestly, there's moments where I'd actually play him in the center mid area and he was just, because that card is just a really good card. Team of the season, way better because of the work rate change and stuff. But yeah, that's the way that the tactic actually lines up in game. I'm going to show you guys some highlights and show you exactly how this team moves in game to show you how the attacking plays kind of happen. You will see why in the reviews I try to force different types of shots, because the meta in this game is very linear. So okay guys, so you can see the team starting off right now, the subs that we actually ended up making in the game. So I did put KDB in the right center mid position because, like I said, the card, he has this attacking AI in the center mid area that is just really good, and it's very helpful for a lot of the goal scoring opportunities that you end up scoring. So when you guys watch the review videos, right, we're doing review FIFA. There's a lot of things that I'm doing that I'm trying to make the video as entertaining as possible, because you guys know the meta of this game is very linear and boring, and the types of goals that you will score are going to be very linear and boring goals, right? It's just looking for that extra space because of the whole park the bus tactic, right? That's why when I make these tactic videos, I always show you guys this is a play style that, you know, people have to do, because this is the way that you have to score in this game. So a lot of the build-up play is the same as usual, right? You can see here that it's all about getting into the right position to the right time, taking small little extra touches just to be able to open up the space to do one scoring opportunity, right? So you can see here, this is a typical Inception goal, dribbling the defense, doing the left stick quickly against the goalkeeper, and then shooting it on an empty net. That's just something that we we've developed over here. Like I used to do a ball roll against the goalkeeper, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't work out that well. And then I started doing the left stick touch against it, and then obviously it ended up working out way better. So over here you can see that we score a pretty FIFA oriented goal, right? Nice little finesse shot on a green, but then, you know, he actually ends up scoring from the rebounds, right? Bellingham just comes out of nowhere. Having that center mid committing inside the 18-yard box is very helpful. Like a situation like this, Keane is occupying the two defenders in that situation. So what does KDB do? He's in an open situation. I just have to take one little pass and score. Situation like this, you could see that with Lionel Messi, crazy left stick dribbling. I could do small little left sticks, open up the space. Keane, like I was mentioning earlier to you guys, has really good attacking AI, really well positioned for that shot as well. Over here, this is something that I try to teach you guys a lot this year. You can see that I do small little left sticks. Some people say that this is toxic. This is the meta of this game. The reason why you do those left sticks is because you are waiting for your attacking players to do the push forward, come back, push forward, come back. The moment they do the comeback is what you're looking for, because if you are heavily congesting the middle of the pitch, someone at some point, because of the direct passing tactic, is going to open up and then you just have that angle to shoot, right? That's something that people have to always look at when it comes to this game. Always looking for that extra space to be able to score the opportunities in more easier ways, right? So you can see that Keane is scoring a lot of opportunities for me because of the fact that his attacking AI adjusts really well on the pitch. Situation like this too, you can see that he was running forward, but then he adjusted his attacking AI to move to the other position. The build-up play that he has between the center mid and the other attacking players works out great. This Cole card works well in this formation because a lot of the times you'll actually find yourself in situations where having the strong foot on the opposite side at this point in the game is actually way more beneficial, because the players that they release nowadays are completely cracked. There's a bunch of five-star players. There's players that have the finesse shot trait, have the outside foot shot trait. So being able to use that in the opposite sides is a very helpful thing, because the goals that they end up scoring is usually strong foot on the opposite side, right? Because the way that the build-up play kind of happens. So when you have a 5-star weak foot or you have the strong foot on the opposite side, it's just very helpful to score your opportunities. So again, situation like this, you can see I have KDB in the right center mid area. Bellingham will still sometimes commit into that middle position. But you can see here, we're dribbling the ball here at Messi, open up the space here at KDB. Bellingham opens up, Keane well positioned again. You just do the small little left stick touch. You hold the left stick, you drag the ball in position. Just from holding the left stick from the pass, you end up scoring your opportunity, right? So as you guys know, this is the meta of FIFA. Whenever I get a tactic that doesn't do these things, it's honestly not worth using. Like playing regular football in this game, not crazy effective. So it's just what you have to do if you do continuously play this game. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. Again, be sure to check out the original video down below, and I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.